Rock and Manooch, now on Fox 910.
Well, Cards open the final stretch of their offseason program today with the voluntary OTAs. So over the next 4 weeks, they will hold 10 voluntary practices. They got 3 of them that will be mandatory. And right now the roster is 91 players. They have 91 players. Standard is 90, but they have that tight end from Australia, or the Australian tight end,
rugby player.
Yeah.
Player.
So he gets an international exemption. So that's why they get to 91. Frank Sanders, as you just heard the big voice guy introduce you to us, and he joins us down the right to a guest time. You probably really look forward to OTAs, didn't you? You were that guy, right? You look forward to that, Frank? It's not like you did anything else. You were all about football, right? You love the OTAs.
Look, what I learned as I got older as a veteran, that those are optional. So I wanted to make sure that I took advantage of what was optional and what was mandatory. I did take advantage of the mandatory, but I think that, the first couple of years when you're there, and I think when your team is in constant rotation, as we were trying to find ourselves a winning format and a winning program. I kept Rock. I actually was excited about OTAs, man, because you got to put the work in to kind of develop the camaraderie you need. You need to have communications with each, with all the players. Remember, I had three head coaches when I was here with the Cardinals for 9 years. So that there was always turnover, but there was always that excitement of looking at what we can be as a team.
Well, and nowadays, Frank, they have like these 3 weeks, and then you have mini camps. All we had was just mini camps. So if you're a young guy, especially a young quarterback, a young receiver, you look forward to showing up, number one, getting more reps, number 2, learning what's already there. But in your case, with so many changes and so many bodies coming and going, these seem to be the scenario which guys are going to have to do, not so much physically, but on the mental side of being on the same page.
No, you're absolutely right. But I think that the NFL has done a disservice in some areas, and I say this respectfully because of the fact that you still got to put the work in. You got to get the reps in. You got to get the timing down. You got to get the communication down that you need to have with your fellow player. And I said that the only disservice is that they manage and they monitor so much of the reps that you can only take. And I think that process kind of elongates how much time it takes for you guys to become a unit or on the same page. And I think you see that when we're watching our teams play, and it doesn't seem like they really haven't played much football until like the 3rd or 4th week of the season, because the preseasons are so short and then the practices are so short. However, these guys right now, they really got to come together much faster than we had to back in the days, Manooch. And I think that, with some sense of veteran leadership and, another year in the program under the new head coach, these guys got this the second year for some of the guys and first year for a lot of the young guys. Hopefully these guys take the learning much faster and that the process doesn't take as long.
Take us back to the early practices of when Frank Sanders is a rookie, and how some of the things that you would advise Marvin Harrison Jr. or some of the young rookie receivers coming in, what to give them a heads up all about, or what might be some of their biggest challenges at a pro camp per se.
My mentality was I had to go earn the job. And, Buddy Ryan was the one that drafted me, and you guys know Buddy Ryan. He just didn't, it wasn't just given to me. I was number 81 for a long time in camp until I got through veterans camp. And after that, I became Frank Sanders, but I had to earn that. I think as a young rookie, when you're coming in, wherever you got drafted, you got to prove that you're worthy of that. So every day you come ready to work, no matter what they ask of you, to bust butt and bust heads. I mean, like my mindset was to go out and attack every cornerback that got drafted or that was free agents. My mindset was to catch every ball that was thrown to me. My mindset was to go out and dominate. I was a top draft pick, in 2nd round, and they had already drafted Rob Moore with the 1st round. My mindset was to go out and execute and dominate and prove why they drafted me. And so I think that's the only thing I would tell those guys. There's no short in the work. There's no in between. Any guy that shows up in front of you, you got to put your hands on them. You got to get out and run your routes. You got to catch every ball that's thrown to you. And the only reason why is that because you want to strike fear first. You don't want to leave the question mark out there that says, well, we got a first-round draft pick, but hell, he dropping balls. He ain't no better than the third-round draft pick we got or the sixth-round draft pick. I want to eliminate all that. I'm the first-round draft pick. I'm busting everybody that get in front of me. I'm catching every ball that's thrown to me. That was my mindset. So hopefully these guys take that mindset because, you know, August shows up pretty fast, and then you're playing an opponent. Then, you know, then the regular season come out when all the stats matter. And when you're getting paid to perform, that's when you got to come to work.
Yeah, well, I'm curious, as Jimmy always is, in regards to the quarterbacks relationship with the receivers, with Marvin Harrison Jr. being new, Zay Jones being new. I think depth chart right now, you got Marvin Harrison number 1, Michael Wilson, who's now is going in his second year, Chris Moore behind him, and then Zay Jones. Do you expect him, that being the QB in Murray, to have off-season practices with these guys, you know, getting them together? You always hear about these quarterbacks doing it in the off-season, but very rare you hear it with Kyler.
I think they will. I really do. And I think because of what you just said, remember last year, Kyler went through the injury and coming into the season, it was really hard for him that way. But I think that, I mean, that's one of the things that you do see that a lot of the quarterbacks around the league do. I think that will be something he will do because this is another year of leadership, another year, you know, second year in your long-term contract. It's time to become the guy that you need to become, which is mature and to take hold of what it's like to be a leader of an organization. You know, we got names of quarterbacks we can say that do that between Brady and Manning and, you know, and even Rodgers, plenty of names of guys we can name that do that kind of stuff. I think we got that in Kyler, but I just believe that because everyone's so new, the system is new, you got to get extra reps. Guys got to get communication with each other. You got to know what it's like to go and battle and be battle tested. But when you look at a guy and you give him that eye that lets him know, you know, we did this when we was practicing at Mountain Point High School. We should be able to do this, you know, at any stadium in the country right now, and it'll work because we've had so much communication.
3.
I agree with you, Rock. It's gonna be something to see because, you know, we got young talented receivers with a veteran quarterback, and hopefully these guys can, you know, they can become the air assault that we want to see and meet every expectation that we hope that this offense can produce.
Frank Sanders is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, Frank, they officially made it official because Paris Johnson Jr. is now the left tackle. We all knew that was the plan to begin with, but now since Coach Gannon has come out and made it official, he had, I thought, a sensational rookie season. Can he be even better in your estimation in year number 2?
Absolutely. I mean, I have nothing but great expectations from the young cat from Ohio State. But I really would love to see him become, you know, one of those Eric Williams and Larry Allens, one of those Willie guys who just strikes fear into every defensive end heart when it comes to playing the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, I think he has the size, he has the tenacity, you know, coming in as a rookie and dominating the way he did or was effective as he was at his position. I think that's something that, you know, you got to look at and say, I got to rise to the challenge every year because right now they're paying defensive ends and defensive tackles $20 million to $27 million for a reason. These guys are the reasons why they strike fear in quarterbacks hard. These guys are the reason that, you know, the NFL has to make rule changes because once the defensive ends get loose, they wreck your quarterback. I think our left tackle can be everything as dominant as he wants to be in the league, and I think it's time for him to prove that.
He's Frank Sanders here on Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B. How's the golf game now? You know, summer's here. I'm sure you're out there more than you are in the fall and in the spring. So you getting out there a few days a week now?
Hey, Rock, I'm waiting on you to get tan lines like me. That's what I'm waiting on.
I don't know if that's going to happen there, Frank.
Really.
I don't know.
Frank, so can a brother get tan lines?
Yeah, I know.
Frank, let me ask you something real quick. Manuch, whenever he has you on or an African-American, a black man on our show, he always has to throw out the brother card. Is that offensive to you when Manuch, who's a white guy, keeps calling you brother like he's trying to fit in? What's the deal with that? I mean, come on, put him in his place.
Frank, tell him you're a brother of a mother like no other. Just tell him that.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, that's it right there.
We see, this is the difference, Rock. you've never been in a locker room. So this the problem. Manucci's been in the locker room. So there's no creed or there's no racism in the locker room. We're all brothers and we bros. We band together. If you ever was in a locker room, you know you just one of the bros. That's it. You're just a brother, man.
He's got brother envy, Frank. He's got brother envy right now.
When we play Frank, when we play in a foursome, I can't call you brother. We're a team. You know, we got a golf tournament.
Absolutely, bro. You call me, yeah, bro. Let's yeah, bro, man. Let's have it. I mean, we've known each other long enough to be brothers, man. Come on, guys. Now, Rock, you the only one want to act like you want to be an uncle.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's that kid on TikTok and Twitter. That's yo brother. I mean, he opens up everything. That's like a big deal. What's up, brother? Yeah. I mean, so that's okay then, right?
But Frank, has he earned the right? Has he earned the right to call you yo, bruh? He hasn't earned that right yet, right?
Bruh.
The bruh.
bruh. It's all good, bro.
We better stop. I should have went down this road. All right, brother. We'll text you. We'll talk to you next week.
Yo, my man.
Whatever. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. Love you, man. That's Frank Sanders joining us. No, if you listen to this show for the last 19 years, whenever a black guy's on, you all of a sudden try to talk
we are
like
brothers.
Him. No, that's not it. We
are joined at the hip forever.
Every time.
Yeah, because we're dialed in.
No, it's why can't you? Why do you have to throw out the brother when you're doing an interview with a black guy? That makes no sense.
Yeah, we're brothers of the football world and the locker room. We are dialed in. Shoot. Like Jackson's a brother, yo, bruh. You know, he's a football player.
You never say to him, never. You don't say it to anybody else.
Yeah.
Even your
I said, what's up, bro?
On Tuesdays, your teammates from El Bandino, Yankee Tequila.
Oh, Jim Bob Morris.
You don't call him brother.
I call yo, Jim Bob.
Yeah. Whatever.
And when Jax walks, I say, hey, what's up, bro? He comes walking in here.
You don't.
Do I say, yo, bro?
No.
Not bro.
No. All right, we'll be back. Hello, brother.
What's
up, brother?
You got brother envy there.